Hi Tuku, how are you? Good evening, greetings, Murishani. How are you, everybody? Yeah, let's share, guys. We get started in a little bit. Let's share. Thank you for the gifts. The gifts are already coming in. Happy Friday, guys. Share. I'll play some music so that we get started. I'll play some music as we get started. You see, today I'm even wearing red because I'm talking about UPND. That's why I am wearing red. So in the comments, guys, share where you're watching us from. In the comments, where are you watching us from? In the comments, Mudingahi, Muliuli. In the comments, where are you watching us from? Sorry, just adjusting my camera a little. Kawambwa, Bena Kawambwa in the house. Or Facebook, where are you watching us from? Yeah. Happy Friday, guys. Share. Avena Kitwe in the house. In the comments, where are you watching us from? We'll be here 21 hours so that we can catch the viewers before they go to sleep. People were complaining that I'm coming too late. So try to give time to Emmanuel Mwambasho from 20 hours to 21, and then I'll come at 21. Because if I come at 22, it's too late. And the audience, viewers, the comrades out there, they were complaining. Yep. So mwaiseni mkwai. Hi, daughter of Zion. Tuku, good to see you. Can you share, guys? Sharing helps because people are watching different shows. So if you share, they can watch they can watch our show later. They can watch me later if you share. Otherwise, the shows are on YouTube. So if you are new to my page, welcome. Thanks for following and joining in. If you are new to this page, we are human rights page for good governance. Tuning in from Lusaka as usual, Tuku. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing. Faka pressure, guys. The pressure has to increase. Nifaka pressure. Yes, so our topics today is the diaspora. Diaspora under attack. That is our topic today. So we shall talk about that. And then the president also is pushing for Bill 7. We shall talk about that. And also ECZ has released a statement that we can start going online to register as voters. So I'll try going on tonight and try to register and see if I'm successful. If I'm successful, I'll let you know. Otherwise, thank you, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We thank God. We still remember the Lungu family in South Africa. They are being held hostage. You know, there is a deadlock. May his soul rest in peace. We continue to pray for the Lungu family, that, you know, God will make a way for them. They can reach an agreement to bury the late president. So This is the Independence Month, so it's a big, guys. We'll be celebrating Zambia's 61st independence in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks time. So yeah, that's another big thing. So yeah, stay tuned. Let me just play this song and we get started. The show goes on. Even if we have 10 people watching, you all matter. You know, the show goes on and we record these shows. That's the advantage. The advantage is the shows are recorded. So if you miss it, you can watch it on YouTube or Facebook. But the disadvantage with Facebook, they delete the videos after a month. So yeah. Let's just play some music and then we'll get started. I'm gonna be sharing as the music is playing. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Oh, almost 2,000 likes. Thank you, by TikTok. By Facebook, namushalila. By Facebook, can we have some likes? By Facebook, namushalila, namushalila. Mwasalila by Facebook. Let's share, let's share. Okay, we'll be getting started in a little bit. I don't see that song, Monica. Imikulo, I don't see the song. I don't know, maybe another title. Hi, Validia, Mulishani, we are okay. We are good, thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Protein never tasted this good.
Moiseni, thank you. At TikTok, whoa, TikTok, we are doing fine. But Facebook, we are struggling, but we are here. Facebook, we need numbers for Facebook. I think about if you're on top of Facebook. So anyway, we keep going. Even if there are 10 people watching, you are all important. So we are live both on TikTok and Facebook. And if you are new to the page, especially by TikTok, follow me on YouTube. You can catch up all the videos. All the videos are loaded on YouTube, so you can catch up on all the topics that you have missed on TikTok. Yeah, so today we have 3 topics. One is the diaspora. We shall talk about diaspora is under attack. UPND attack diaspora. UPND attack diaspora. That is the topic of the day. And also the president is pushing for Bill 7. Yeah. So the president is pushing for Bill 7. And the third topic is ECZ, Mwewantu. ECZ online voter registration. So these are our 3 topics. 3 topics today. ECZ online voter registration. And diaspora issue. And the president and Bill 7. So if you want to join a WhatsApp group, inbox me your number and then I will add you to the WhatsApp group. Okay, so that is that. Mwewantu bakwalesa Emma topics to kwetere low. A lot has been happening in the country, but we are still here. We are still here. 26. All right, thanks. Okay, we are here, guys. Okay, so yeah, if you want to be added to a WhatsApp group, put your number or inbox it to me. Don't put it in the comments because kutiba mikonka ba praise singer. So put likes. Delete your number and inbox it to me because ba praise singer kutiba mikonka. So unless you don't care, yeah. Unless you don't care, then you can put your number there. Okay, we'll get started via TikTok. We're going to have 5,000 likes to Alayamba. To Alayamba, no mbali nefye, no mbali nefye. It's a Friday, so you guys were off tomorrow. Akunakulala, right? Akunakulala. But Deluxe, that's the spirit. I don't care. Okay, girls. So we get started, guys. So, yeah. We get started. So the first topic we talk about by ECZ, and by ECZ, if you go on their page, they just issued the voter instructions to vote online. So they just issued a notice. It's on their page by ECZ. Let me pull it up. Yeah, it's right here. Let me pull it up so we can speak with evidence. Okay, so this is the notice from ECZ. Moimona, that's the notice from ECZ. Notice from ECZ, guys. So you can go to Electoral Commission of Zambia website on Facebook page there. So Electoral Commission of Zambia Facebook page released this notice, requirements for online registration. They released this notice today, which is 10th of October, online pre-registration of voters, and the site name is ovrelections.org.zm. I'm going to post the website there. This is important to all of us, not only diaspora, everyone. If you are interested to vote, this is going to be a big election in 2026. It's Independence 2.0. So we are digital. We have gone digital. The world has moved on to digital. So we can register to vote on ovr.elections.org.zm. I'm going to type the website there. So online pre-registration of voters requirement, Zambian citizen, green national registration card, 18 years and above. And then they'll give you the voter's card. So you have to be 18 years on or before April 30th, 2026. So the start date, this is where I have a problem with this, because the start date to register, according to this notice, is September 15th. Today is October 10th. So which means they started online registration 25 days ago only, September 15th, but the notice was issued today, October 10th. So they have issued the notice 25 days after the online voter started. I don't know, maybe they issued another notice, but this is the first notice that I've seen from ECZ to tell us, which was issued today, to tell Zambians to register to vote. And then the start is it started on September 15, and it will end on November 3rd. So September 15 to October 15, 1 month. And then October 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So it's like 1.5 months, right? So they are giving us about 6 weeks, right? Can you do the calculation? So how the online registration, they are only giving us 6 weeks, and then they only notified us today. I don't know if they issued another statement. So since they only notified us today, I would consider that if they extend the date, because for me, I only saw it today. I don't know, maybe they issued another statement earlier, because I thought they said they will start a voter registration in October. But then this statement clearly said that they started voter registration 25 days ago on September 15th. So since they have just notified us, the public, it is only fair that they extend the voter registration by 25 days. Because myself, I am just seeing this notice, and I don't think they issued another statement that online registration was open. I stand to be corrected. I stand to be corrected. So if the ECZ issued another statement before September 15 for online registration, it is okay. But if this is the first notice they have issued today, when 25 days have already passed, they need to extend the voter registration by 25 days into December. Otherwise, if the voting time is not extended, this could be tantamount to voter suppression. Yes. I am going to go on the ECZ website and confirm that there was another notice or not. In fact, let me do that just now. So let us confirm. I don't know, those who are with me here, can we just go to the Electoral Commission website, Electoral Commission of Zambia website, and confirm if they issued another notice for online voter registration. Otherwise, if they did not, this is equivalent to voter suppression. Only 3 days remain until, okay, so the voter mass registration will start on November, yeah. So there you go, guys. I am on the website. So the mass voter registration starts on November 13. And then this is what I was showing you. The notice for online registration was issued today. So let's see if they issued another notice for online registration. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it was there. Yeah, so they issued the online registration. It's open. I answered my own question. So yes, guys, let us educate each other. So they posted it on September 15. Yeah, it was open on September 15th to November 3rd. So let us register to vote online. Yeah. Let us register to vote online. It is open, guys, and the massive voter registration is starting on November 13. Sorry, October 13, yes. So the massive voter registration is starting in 3 days on Monday, to start on Monday. So I don't know the details about if you have lost your voter's card, but massive voter registration is starting on October 13, which is Monday. This is the news that the opposition should be talking about every day. They need to focus on massive voter registration exercise, and especially those who are away from home in diaspora, you can take advantage of the online voter registration. So moving on from the voter registration, we are going to talk about the diaspora, and then lastly we'll talk about the president and Bill 7. So we have seen the pressure is mounting in the UPND camp, attacking us here in diaspora, who are giving checks and balances to this UPND government. Now, it is really sad that UPND can attack us here in diaspora for giving checks and balances. What I want to say, number one, is I want to remind the UPND that diaspora was a big force for them to win this election. Diaspora was a big force for them to win 2021 election. We had a team on Wakwetu TV headed by Elias Munsha, and then every Zambian was talking online. The cyber laws were not stopping people from speaking. No one was being arrested for speaking. Everyone practiced their democratic right to speak. Myself, I was with Matomola Likwanya on Matomola TV, where we ran a page for almost 400,000 followers. We were here, and I was the one running that page here. I was the admin for that page in diaspora on Matomola TV. And I'm not a UPND, but I am just an advocate for good governance. So we were able to speak in diaspora without fear or favor. In 2020, 2021, we were a big force to usher in UPND government. There was a big UPND group where people were donating money monthly to fund the campaign of UPND. There was a big diaspora group here, which diasporans in UK, USA, Australia, in Europe, they were contributing money to help fund the campaign of UPND. I must have this conversation because there are new voters who don't know about these things that happened. In the last 5 years, people have turned 18. So we have a new crop of young voters who have joined the voters register at ECZ. So it is important that the voters, the young voters who have joined, the Zambian voters need to know the history of UPND and the diaspora. Because if they see a one-sided story of UPND, even some non-UPND cadres, like people in the alliance with the UPND, they are attacking us here in diaspora. So I felt compelled to come and speak about the history of UPND and the diaspora to educate the new voters, because there are a lot of new voters who turned 18. So everyone who turned 18 in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and some will be turning 18 next year. You have seen the voters register requirement is you have to turn 18 by April next year. So we have 6 years of new voters. If you have a chat GPT, we can put that in chat GPT to see how many, even ECZ should have the numbers of how many people turned 18 in the last 4 years. Actually, according to ECZ, they have even thrown numbers where Southern Province has gained 80,000 new voters. Yes, there is a report where Southern Province has gained over 80,000 new voters, and this is one of the reasons in Bill 7 why they want to delimit some constituencies, because of the increased number of voters. So I think we have maybe, I don't know the number, I don't want to lie, but I'll do research to find out exactly the new number of registered voters since the year 2021. So now all these new voters, maybe I'm sure they are not less than maybe up to 1 million voters or more. Now all these 1 million votes, we are talking 1 million votes, the young new voters, when they hear Chabinga talk about the diaspora, will come after you, will follow you, you have relatives in Zambia, they hear the UPND talk about Father Oscar in Italy, they hear Tayali talk about Father Oscar in Italy, they talk about Madam Lillian Mutambo, chair the Voice of Zambia. We are all in diaspora. So they are painting a bad picture. UPND and the alliance partners are painting a bad picture on the diaspora. But the diaspora who are speaking against UPND, they are the people who love Zambia, and they are objective people. They are patriotic people who are giving checks and balances. You know, diaspora now is being vilified to be bad people. We are not bad people. We just want a better Zambia. People like Chair, myself, Donoska, and many other people who are speaking in diaspora, we were speaking in 2021 for UPND. We were darlings of UPND. You even see a picture of Donoska, the priest, taken with father or with the president Hakainde Hichilema. Because Hakainde Hichilema, the president, promised a better Zambia, and we all advocated for that. So it is unfair for the UPND government to paint a picture like diaspora, we hate the UPND government. No, we don't hate the UPND government. In fact, we campaigned for the UPND government. Myself, you know, TV Bakwetu, Elias Munsha, and Elias Munsha was the one hosting the page. The #1 page in 2021 in diaspora was in Canada. It was based in Canada, and the host was Elias Munsha. And Elias Munsha used to say he is not UPND. Valandira kwa balanda, I caught him. Munsha fyo alelanda. At te UPND, alandira kofia balanda. I don't know what party used to claim to be. But lo and behold, out of that TV Bakwetu, Uriawine Munsho Walelanda te UPND was among the first people to get a job as a diplomat. Kuria Kudan, ku Australia. And Norman Chipakupaku also got the job. But it was a whole bunch of people on that TV Pakwetu. Eparina ba Dr. Kasonso, Eparina Bena Linda Banks, Naba Father Oscar, Bali Paria Pachi Viva Kwetu, Mwaishiba. I'm giving you the history because there are new voters who need to know the truth. Because this government, UPND, and the alliances, they are claiming diaspora, we are bad people. We are not bad people. We are darlings of UPND. Because we partnered with them to remove UPND because they said they were a better government. So now, how can this UPND who said the PF was bad can become worse than PF? This message is for the new voters. Just to say, this whole thing of saying by diaspora, we don't like UPND, it's a lie. It is a lie because these same people who UPND is calling names, including myself, we campaigned for them. For free, no one paid us. So I don't know why they say that we are being paid. They didn't pay us to campaign. By UPND, they didn't pay me or anybody I know. As far as I know, UPND did not pay anyone in diaspora to campaign. In fact, UPND members were contributing monthly to support the activities of UPND there. And we all know this for sure. Mubita Nawa was where some of these monies were going to support UPND campaign from diaspora. You all know. You all know that Mubita Nawa was a recipient of the funds that were coming from the monthly contributions. People here, they were contributing their hard-earned money to Mubita Nawa to buy regalia. So stop painting by diaspora to hate UPND. Because by diaspora, they are very objective. They just look at what is happening. We are actually looking at the promises HH gave us and how HH was decampaigning PF. So the way HH decampaigned PF, those words are what are decampaigning him. So by HH's own words are coming to haunt him. Amashu yaya bwabeni ba HH yale bachita haunt. For example, he said what did he say about electricity? Hakuna pula kwa Dubai, but they have no electricity shortage. What happened? We have the worst load shedding since he came to power. Another quote from HH. When a government fails to change the lives of people, you must change that government. What has happened? Zambia is facing the worst hunger situation, poverty, to where Zambia has been reduced to the 6th poorest country in the world. We shall give you mining licenses. Youth Mukopa. What has happened? Youths have no job. They are committing suicide. Licenses are being given to foreigners. Cyber bill, the president said, there is no need to change the cyber bill. We have enough laws to protect the cyber space. What did the president do? He came and changed the cyber law overnight. He was even ashamed. He couldn't even announce that the cyber law was signed. He signed it secretly. And we had the US ambassador to tell us that the cyber bill was in force. So by UPND, you have made this campaign very simple for us. That's why you are even scared to hear names like Makebi Zulu, John Sangwa, because you know that you have decampaigned yourself. You have failed to perform. And in a free and fair election, there is no way UPND can bounce back. UPND cannot bounce back in a free and fair election. That's why they are hung on to making sure Bill 7 comes to pass. So before I touch on Bill 7, I just want to say diaspora is a big stakeholder in the Zambian economy because the diaspora community contributes 2 to 3% of the gross domestic product of Zambia. That's why the UPND is shaken when diaspora rises against them, because they know that if diaspora is speaking, nishifintu tafiwemi, because diaspora will contribute 2 to 3% of the gross domestic product of Zambia. If we want to hear the numbers, I picked these numbers from ChatGTP, and last year the GDP for Zambia is like about $26 billion. It's around $26 billion GDP for 2024. And if you calculate 2 to 3% of that is $600 million US, it came from diaspora. Directly to Zambia through investments, through them building houses in Zambia, through them sending money remittances to family. So diaspora is not something to be sneezed about. Diaspora, we are a big force and a big contributor to Zambia's economy. So you must know that when diaspora speaks, any government should listen, because diaspora, they are a stakeholder. They are a stakeholder in the economic function of Zambia. We, as a united diaspora, contribute 2 to 3% of the GDP. That's why when President Hakainde was in opposition, he said that diaspora will be the 11th province of Zambia. Yes, he has forgotten. The president has forgotten. He promised that he will make diaspora the 11th province of Zambia. Now, why did the president say he will make Zambia the 11th? Why did the president say he will make diaspora the 11th province of Zambia? Why? It's because of the economic contribution of the diaspora. We are a major stakeholder. 2 to 3%. So, people like Chavinga, who are insulting diasporans, I don't know who is that Kabuswe or Matambo who was telling by Emmanuel Mwambach Mulafuluko Obwali ku Zambia. How ignorant can you be? How ignorant can you be to start talking about that Tulafuluko Obwali? We are living in the first world over here. Anywhere in Europe, they have African stores. You can buy anything that you want. Everything is there. All we want as diaspora is to see a better Zambia, where democracy prevails, where Zambians, our families, are thriving. We don't want a Zambia where they are saying free education, but free education, there are no jobs. Free education, which is just in name only, an old and archaic type of education, which is backward. When the whole world has moved on to digital education from kindergarten, we have our kids crammed in classes like chickens, writing on a paper. So this free education is a sham. You promise kids a free education up to grade 12, there are no jobs, there are no industries, there are no factories. So, we in diaspora have every right to speak because we are a stakeholder in the economy of Zambia. We contribute 2 to 3%. And the UPN benefited directly from diaspora funds through Movita Nawa. Money was going to Movita Nawa there to buy regalia. And we have to talk about this because there are new voters who don't know what happened in 2021. We have to educate them. We are not going to ignore them. Because if we ignore them, they can brainwash the new voters to think by diaspora we make noise for nothing. No, we don't make noise for nothing. By diaspora we talk because we are a major stakeholder in the GDP as a contributor to the GDP of Zambia, directly to the economy and indirectly, directly through projects, building, having businesses there, indirectly through taking care of us, sponsoring our families and sending money there. Every day money is going. We send money to even people who are not our relatives. Now for $10. One time I was so sad. Somebody earned on the third kwacha, madam, ntumineni kofe third kwacha. I said, I wish Western Union can allow me to send that kind of a money. Because there's a minimum you have to spend. That is how poor our people are. Abantu bala lomba fie na 30 kwacha. We here in diaspora, we send money to people we don't even know. Akwingira fie diaspora na papata. Eh? So you can't shut us up. We will continue to speak. As long as things are not okay in Zambia, we will continue to speak. Some of us, we are approaching retirement. We are approaching retirement. We want to retire in Zambia. We want to invest in Zambia. We want a stable economy. We want a stable political environment where we can retire in Zambia with all our finances. People, they have worked 30, 40 years in diaspora, but let you know kuya ku Zambia to take their retirement money and invest there. Why? Because it's unstable. When I retire, when I reach 65, I can get up and say, let me go to Zambia. Even now, before I reach 65, I think twice. I am holding back on even building my house. Because these people, once they know you are opposing them, this is why we are speaking to a better Zambia, where there can be separation of power, where the government does not use government machinery or hooligans to burn houses of people speaking against them. And many people are going through this in Zambia right now. If you are in opposition, they will come and burn your house. They will block your traffic, your payments. They will block your businesses. They will send ZRA on your business so that they bankrupt you. So now how can you grow an economy? How can investors come to Zambia from diaspora? Because if we, like me, I've been here 25 years here in diaspora. I know people with money who want to come and invest in Zambia, but I cannot tell them to say go there. Once they know that they will make their life difficult. They are shutting people down. If you have an investment, if you have your family, do you know why Ethel Chisono ambilo kutukana ba HH insere? Do you know why? Okay, don't support insere shakwa Ethel. But Ethel te muntu, I didn't know Ethel until I shidem kutukana ba HH insere. Nomba, ichalengera okwebati ba Ethel ambyo kutukana ba HH insere mwali chishwa. Do you know what made Ethel to lose it and start all those insults? You don't know. And I'll tell you now. I will tell you why Ethel went online on a rampage, lost it, no kwamba kutukana by HH to where now she's in jail. I don't know. Ethel was a political advocate just like me. Is Ethel Chisono, the one who's in Chimbokaila, she is a political advocate just like me. She had a dream to become a president before she started insulting HH. So she was advocating if you netulanda pama online yapa. Alba HH bachitefi walanda po. She was exercising her right as a Zambian to offer checks and balances. So I don't know what she said. The cadres went and threatened her family. I stand to be corrected. I am just saying what I understand happened. Why Ethel ambilo kutukana by HH? Because Ethel tapena. But they drove her to insult. I'm not supporting her insults. So, Ethel is an advocate like myself. To elect to advocate. You know me, I have been advocating since 2020. It's almost 6 years now. I've been advocating. So Ethel has been advocating. She had a dream to become president. If you go on her page, you can see that she had that dream and the passion to become a president. But I don't know what she said, which triggered some praise singers there. And they went and somehow they arrested her family, somebody, Bruruwakwe. Balias and the Bruruwakwe. I think they detained her relative or something. So that's how Ethel aishire online. Mukutukana. Ethel engere. Ethel ukweba chambi okutukana because she was advocating against HH, and somehow some praise singers bali mabaya kuri Ethel kuria baya senda ba bruru bakwe. She said the number. If you hear what she was talking as she was insulting, she was like ba bruru ben bandi na inewine nke sakuri ba HH na imwe. That's how she also started insulting by HH na family yaba HH. So that is the background of HH insulting. Somehow the praise singers went and got hold of Ethel's cousin or her relative. I don't kachinga bali musenda nga bali mutatocha, but it started from there. So in retaliation, Ethel naena efo ambiro kutukana ba HH amba no kutukana na family yaba HH because they went and touched her family. So nombe fe tulela nde fakati. You know, we in diaspora, we have always been talking, but in Gawalanda, but I've never snapped to start insulting by HH. You know, I've kept my cool. All these 4 years I've been insulted by you praise singer. But you know, we have this unfortunate situation here chikekuli Ethel, because Ethel tape na wakwe bafyat I minefe I am bokula tukana ba HH na family yabo, because the praise singers bali ya mwikatira bali kachinga bali 10 cousin wakwe, brothers, some relative of hers. Yes, so some relative of hers was detained. That's why Ethel responded. But the way she responded was wrong. Because according to her, she thought aba tumine ba praising okuya ikata ba bruru bakwe HH ewa ba tumine, because she was talking against HH. So, so we are saying Zambians in diaspora, we are a factor. Numbers don't lie. If you think you are lying, you think I'm lying, you are ignorant. But Zambians, we contribute close to 600 million in GDP annually. Okay, we contribute that amount annually approximately. So we have a say. So every diasporan can tell their family ukwebati mwebonseba diaspora muka voteri apa. They will listen because impiash fumakuno. We support our families. So those who support their families, they can just tell their people mwebantu kuvotera apa. Elo you haka indenga abwere rapo. Ta nempia mulabe could no support from me. So that's the way to go. Yeah. So we are here to educate the new voters. The new voters must know that diaspora, we have vested interest in Zambia Nikumushi. We want to retire over there. We want to retire to a peaceful, prosperous country which does not have uncivilized, barbaric, and a corrupt government, where we are even scared to take our money there to invest. They did that to Lillian a few weeks ago. You know, Lillian has some property in Ndola, and that in Ndola mayor wrote her a letter to say, we are going to demolish your house. Can you imagine that nonsense? Just because Lillian is exercising her democratic right to give checks and balances, the mayor has an audacity to give Lillian a 4 days notice to go there to Ndola, or the house will be demolished. What kind of nonsense is this? This is the Zambia we don't want. UPND and HH were in opposition 20 years, but HH Valley Ponama election 5 times. No one stopped him. Why didn't Balungu or any other president change the law? Kwebati nga waponya ama election imikwibirinish chap. Even grade 7 kutu wapona na grade 7 nga waponya imikwibiri kukulesha finatawe lekeni fye skulu imwe. After you fail grade 7 twice, aba fiashibo bekuko afatawe kabiye fye ku skills training. Iskulu lyali kukama. But HH failed the election 5 times. Nobody stopped him. So why should he stop other people? And then after failing 5 times, we give him 4 years mandate. Look at what he has done. Look at what HH has done to the country. Now I am moving on to the letter which HH wrote. Let me move on to the letter which HH wrote. Not the letter, the article, where HH was at a meeting talking about Bill 7. It is a shame. I'm going to read the letter and then we shall comment on that. We need a civilized Zambia mwebantu. We can't be quiet when Zambia, our democracy is under attack. Tukafirwa kwa kuya. Now my investors because it is tall and stable. I remember I was listening to Basangwa who was saying that there are some cases where business cases in a course where 10 years umulandu yafi because of corruption. Now someone, so if you as a business person back to a court, elo mulandu udimu court for 10 years. Nishwai pay a business yobi. Because you can't function until that case is resolved. Because of Judge Ariemo. They just hear that business, ira supporter Pumulos Tumbeko, who is their opposition, Kesidia, Judge Kunyantap, Judge Adiriamo Baikalap. It's crazy, guys. It is so crazy. So my last topic now today is an article by Eric Silumesi where the president is saying those against Bill 7 are useless, don't listen to them. That is what the president said. Those against Bill 7 are useless, and I'm going to read this article. Because it's not everybody who can read, and it's not everybody who have access to the internet. Kulaberenga ma newspaper. So information ingatwapera pano. You people, it's your duty to take this information. Muleta discuss. Olo mwachita clip, utuma clips, mwachita circulate. Muma WhatsApp group, family groups, political groups, social groups. So we know what is happening in this country. Qualisa Bill 7 and Bill 7, not Bill 7, cyber law. The cyber law is meant to control the flow of information. A reason why they tell us cyber law. To control the flow of information so that the only information that is going out is from UPND. That is to summarize the reason why violate Bill 7. If you are an influencer or if you have followers, that is the new gold. Having followers is a new gold because that is the window which opens to the voters. That's why in Zambia, all the people who have big pages, they are not speaking. Ask yourself why. They are not speaking because somehow these people, they have been captured. If they speak, they have to praise. No one is speaking against this government, but we are living in the worst times in terms of poverty, security, freedom of speech, fiance feeling bad, arrests. All the Bembas Bonse, they are being thrown into jail without shame. Bembas and listeners, they are being thrown into jail without shame. There was a Tonga man who had, I don't know, 71 counts, all of them dismissed because he was a Tonga person. He had 71 counts in court. Yonse dismissed. So we are living in a very tribal government, and because of the cyber law, people are not talking. So if you can't speak, you can share. Ututu inotuma clips, download them on your WhatsApp phone and share them in your church groups, family groups, political groups. Share them. Because we are talking about these things. They are on social domain. We are not talking about secret things which are not being talked about publicly, no? Tulela ndefile chitika. Nefyo bale chita. So now let me read the letter, what HH said about Bill 7. President Hakainde Hichilema on Thursday afternoon reportedly lashed at his members of parliament during a parliamentary caucus meeting held at State House, warning them against discouraging their opposition and independent counterparts from supporting Bill 7. So, the president kalipida ba members of parliament babo noko ba warninga ukweba ati don't discourage Bill 7. Balefa Bill 7 ipite. According to inside sources who attended the meeting, the president told the MPs that he was fully aware some of them have been quietly advising others not to back Bill 7, which seeks to amend parts of the Republican Constitution. He said to have dismissed critics of the proposed legislation as useless people who should not be listened to. So, ba president ba chitama MPs babo no kubasoka ati on say ulechta oppose Bill 7 is useless. It's online here. It was released by a pirate online media. Pirate online media. Ewa chilemba atkwe. The sources further revealed that the president told the gathering he did not care what the Catholic Bishops, Law Association of Zambia, civil societies, or the 3 church mother bodies said about Bill 7. Wa dictator ka mwamfa. He doesn't care. Atama bishops fefyo balandire fyabwefyo, balaz fyabwefyo, na nama civil society fyabwefyo, or ama church members tabataba. He doesn't care if you balelanda. He reportedly emphasized that the amendment was part of a broader political strategy to consolidate governance beyond 2031. So, Bill 7, from the horse's mouth, from Haka India, Bill 7, kushta consolidate power beyond 2031. No mama mwashining shafira tumieva tibi echo balitera cyber bill so that tuidaland if you badeland if you tualeland. We have been saying that the president the main reason for the Bill 7 is to consolidate power. No mbabe ne bachita confess lelo. Is here telling that the reason for Bill 7 is to consolidate power. We continue reading. He reportedly emphasized that the amendment was part of, I read that, insisting that his MPs must follow his lead just as Republicans obey President Donald Trump in the United States. Yava, what? Bafi palanya kona kuliba Donald Trump. Baba tabayishi bati kudoku America kwa ni milandu pali insurrection ilia. And the Americans, they follow Donald Trump legal things. They don't, Republican MPs, they don't follow Trump in illegal things. This Bill 7 is against the law. Ero Trump, ilia insurrection here, aliko kunoku capital. Ama MPs bako, they were not involved. Bantu, ama kada bakwa Trump. Eba yaba ile kuya ku insurrection ku capital. Ero abengi, badi bakaka. Pardon. When Trump came, he pardoned some of those people when he came back. So, twami papa taba mwina panya ba Trump muma illegality yenu. Trump MPs, they are not doing anything illegal. They support him within the laws of the United States. So you can't tell your MPs to support you in a criminal bill that you want to pass. It doesn't work like that. You cannot ask your MPs to support you in a criminal bill that you want to pass. Alamukesa kakiwa kumona imwebe mwema MPs. Let me just warn you. Mukesa kakiwa kumo. Me, I'm in America here, nami papata. Ndikunoku America. Ama MPs bakwa Trump. They support Trump within the law. They tabeka la panshi bauma na kapi na Trump to pange crime. Na beshiwa noku ishibecho bade chitachiria. At nichi crime chidabare panga. Bamu supporter Trump. No. They support Trump within the law. So news flash to you UPND MPs. Aku support ni Bill 7 munguru. Mukaisanga muri mwamoneni. I'm telling you. Mukaisanga muri mwamoneni. Mumufunyemo Trump muri illegality yenu. Trump teta ma MPs bakwe kuria. Kuya mkuchita plan. Ukupisha illegal bill. No. So, let me emphasize on that. We keep reading. The high-level meeting, which started shortly after 14 hours, is said to have been centered on Bill 7, party mobilization, financial support for MPs during the meeting. The MP reportedly assured UPND parliamentarians the party now had sufficient funds to support their political work, promising to allocate them 600,000 kwacha monthly to each MP for mobilization. He allegedly warned that those unwilling to be active should openly declare their disinterest. Ama dola ya mbokufuma. Imagine, ukupela ma, bale funya kwa MPH by UPND. 600,000 a month to a MP. Ha. Mule umfamwe bantu. HH is giving his MPs 600,000 kwachas a month. That is like $30,000. How much is that a month? It's like $30,000 for campaign. Around there. But my news flash, kuri mwaba MP. Ba MP ba kwa haka inde ba UPND. News flash to you is, you have been told that you are going to be given 600,000 a month. So, to me, this is my opinion, I can say it. To me, I think this is a bribe money so that these MPs in Gabaya mu parliament mudabaka e vota for Bill 7. But see, now the hooker in the pie, umuto weli ashiwakwe bati. Umuto weli ashiwakwe bati. Iwe MP, UPND, any UPND MP takapite. Nangu waka mipere $1 million a month to go and campaign. Unless mukapela every Zambian naena. Mamona. Unless they are going to give every Zambian $600 a month. 25 million of us. Batu pele. Ishishine bale pele ama MPs. Batu pele. But let me divide. Do the math. 600,000 divided by 21 million. Ishinga. Batu pele bonse we. Unless bale tu pele bonse. Ama 600,000. Then waka kuchu olo waka pita. I'm just calculating, guys. So 600 million eobale pela each MP between now and next and until 12 August 2026. That's a lot of money. Oh my God. Vale pela MP 600,000. That is $30,000 between now and August. So this is it. Bashitama MP no baba pele MP $30,000. Ewo bale pela chila MP. Ukweba chiba pishe chi bill 7. But the thing is, bill 7 oloyapita. As long as there will be elections, unless bill 7 yapita, then they cancel the elections. But as long as the bill 7 yapita, takuri and kwabama elections, takuri MP wa UPND ukabwera. I am telling you that ba UPND MP bonse bakadi ati MP eshi eika ba pension yabo bahaka indenga bakafunye yine nabalanda ati bakapera MP chira MP 600,000 a month a pension yama UPND MPs because they are not coming back to parliament because ama Zambians no one is voting for any UPND MP back. No one. Ero yine 600,000 ingaba ipela abantu bambo kula foresha abantu mimishimure lyafye nimpya shakuteko. Ngaba haka inde bafunya ku SMPR lero sha foresha chira MP 600,000. Esho taba foresha kwa ma MPs ero bale kita campaign mu 2021. That is public fund, it's our money. Bafunya ku saba haka inde lero impya ya kula foresha chira MP 600,000. When we know that in 2021 abantu baleshtisha nankan baleshtisha mayanda to stand for this 2021 election. So bahaka indele bafunya kuisa 600,000 to give each MP so that they vote for bill 7. Welcome Bamugwago. Let me just finish this. The president is also said to have vowed to regain absolute control of parliament after 2026 general election. Mwamfwa Museveni formula confirmed. Bachita vow abe nena kanwa kabo ba ilandila. The president is said to have vowed to gain absolute power of parliament after 2026 general election. Jesus, stressing that past governments, which he describes as a clique of thieves, had destroyed the nation. Hallelujah. Oh my God, this is funny. You can laugh. I'm like, am I dreaming? Or this is like, it's so crazy, guys. You can laugh quite naturally, but it's sad. Let me repeat that. He said he vowed to gain absolute control of the parliament after 2026 general election, stressing the past governments, which he described as a clique of thieves, had destroyed the nation. So what do we call them? What do we call him giving MPs 600,000 for 6 months, right? So this is October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Oh my God. So for 10 months, see? Ama MPs bakula poka 600,000 for 10 months. Ha! Hello, remember, ngabapisha Bill 7, Parliament bakachita dissolve a day before the election. He reportedly added that the constitutional amendment must proceed now to pave way for changes after 26 that would remove presidential term limit. Wow, for Bill 7, presidential term limit. Oh, this is not, it's funny, but it's sad, you know. If I'm a diaspora, we are not even coming home. Oh my God, it's crazy. So do you remember in Bill 7, he's removing presidential term limit, and also he was removing corruption charges against the president. So basically, he wants to make this into a monarchy. The president allegedly warned that he would deal firmly with anyone within the ruling party who attempted to derail Bill 7, saying he had no time to please those that hate him because of his tribe. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Some UPND members of parliament, speaking on condition of anonymity, later expressed deep concern over the tone of the meeting, saying the president's remarks sounded dictatorial and far removed from the democratic values he championed in 2021. Pirate Online Media, Zambia. Area Ashirio. Gamwamba Babadala. I'm tired of speaking. I need a break. Yeah, ma.
No, you need a break. Take some water and it took me It is not even funny. We are laughing because it's gotten out of hand. My topic's much longer, yeah? Even the last one, when you're talking about what he intends to do. First of all, let's establish that we understand he's not a bad person. Abductions, it's like we're living in a different time. I personally am so disappointed because we had such hopes that the people that we fought so hard to put in power after they were in opposition for so long, that they had an agenda. Within the first 100 days, they should have amended the constitution. They should have prioritized healthcare, education, and agriculture. None of that happened. This man took more than 6 months to appoint his cabinet. At that point, we're saying, wait a minute. If you remember about MMT when they came into power, okay? MMT, they had an agenda because they knew how desperate Zambians were at that time. Transportation, everything, the economy, the debt situation was bad. But when they came into power, they gave us hope. But even them, at some point we saw Akashambatwa resign. And this is what he said. I remember him saying this. If you're on 100 meters, okay, everybody is lined up and they say, on your mark, ready, and they fire, go. And then you see a person that you're with on your team going the wrong way, especially the head of state. You have no choice but to resign, because you will never win that race. The rules are you go forward. And this is where we are with our dear leader. We fought so hard for him to, I know what he's doing, he thinks is right. The Bible says there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof. This doubling of the economy that he's trying to talk about, you can't do that when you have load shedding. You can't do that when you have corruption. You cannot do that when your people are starving. Yes, we know there are a few. Zambia has a population of 20 million. There's about 8 million Zambians that are living well. Actually not living well, comfortably. But the majority, the 12 million, are the ones we're talking about. When KK got independence from the British, he did not focus on the few, he focused on the majority. That is why today you and me can say we received free education. We had books, pencils, we had everything, including he himself, our dear leader. He would not be where he is but for the vision and dedication to the man. He saw a young poor boy in Wengwa who had no means to go to school. He sent books, Kenneth Kaunda Foundation, pencils. And he was able to go to a school built by Kaunda. Go to Unza. The ministers were shoveling, building that university. Villagers were donating chickens. And today you want to say you are the best? I mean, it's shocking what is happening. It is shocking that a man who saw Zambians could fly into London with their passport, no visa. We were respected. Now we are the bottom of the pile. And we have somebody saying we're in Champions League. I'm like, people are, when you were saying, when those that are complaining, what country do you? We live in Zambia, where we know that 12 million Zambians do not even know where the next meal is coming from. State House, I think, is power, you know, where they say absolute power corrupts, absolutely, and I think his mind is corrupted. He has forgotten where he came from. And what I despise most is people that have used government to gain wealth. Because this man, first he went on the bursaries to Unza. He was sponsored to Birmingham University. When he came back, he worked for Grant Thornton. It is the privatization that made him rich. State assets. You grab state farms, and then you do well. And now you are using your state power to impoverish more Zambians. Instead of uplifting, you are impoverishing. Because when you're selling electricity, you're telling that woman who wants to do a salon, you don't care. You want your friends at CEC to make $1 billion on the heads of poor women who want to run saloons. Young men who want to operate barbershops. And you're giving foreigners tax breaks. They are holding our wealth. I don't want to talk too much because this is upsetting, but I'll leave it there. Let somebody else speak.
There is nobody. To be fair, we are just the two of us here.
Anyway, we'll go step by step. Right. First one that we want to address is Of course, the Bill 7 thing. You know, he was saying rule of law. Rule of law means if you are the executive, you know you're just one arm of the government. We have the judiciary, we have legislature, which is a parliament. Unfortunately for us, our dear leader thinks he's working at Grand Thornton. That's what he thinks. He thinks he's running Grand Thornton. Because there is no way a person who understands the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia would do what we have seen. I remember you mentioned there's the advisor, the Tonga guy, who was an advisor to ECL. He walked from all the churches. And you think Zambians will sit back and watch what you're doing. They will watch that. And you think Zambians, the entire 12 million Zambians, especially the poor ones, will watch Tongas dance from a courtroom where Kambwiri and all the others are being. You think they're dumb, right? That's what we think. I don't know who's advising this woman. Now, when you will see.
Osondoga. Osondoga. Mwandini chitana kuti mwandi chitana ngawalubiha kwamba ulabya kuti nachinja chitika kunani kumwandini. Ine nindanda nimpera. I'm not talking anymore about chair. Your connection is bad. Can you go out and come in? But John Makasa, can you come in? But Chair, your connection is bad. Can you drop and come back?
Okay.
Babu tukaba John Makasa. Ili bebede. Ama politics Muzambia kukosa. Teyamwa nosek.
I'm on Depo. Welcome, daughter of Zion, and welcome, Honorable.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good night, Zambia. I hope everyone is doing fine.
We're not well. We're not well.
Otherwise, it's so shocking to see the president promising his MPs, his ministers, about to give them 600 every month. Instead of that money, putting in the electricity so that people, they can have electricity, then giving money to just go and waste. This HH is so dumb. I don't know why you want to punish Zambian like that.
No, my sister, let's not use that strong language. Just say we don't know what has happened.
You know what HH has been doing. Every day there's some issues he does. Every day he breaks every law. He does a lot of things. We are tired of him, I'm telling you. There's no way we can use. He's dumb. Because there's no way. People are suffering in the country. There's no electricity. Cost of living is too high. Then you want to give 600 every month to your MPs because of campaigning, because of power. No, this is unacceptable. I think to Anakamwadi Soma Zambian, we are tired. I don't know where we are going. Okay, if everybody could know we are eating, there's nothing, we are eating, but look at back home. A person who doesn't have even someone to support. The person who wakes up who doesn't even know what to do. Huh? Why can't the same money? Okay, why can't the same money apply kwa balanda? Then you a lot of money. Yeah, then you're wasting money giving MPs just to go and campaign. Zambian, if you are going to vote for this government, how no, they should do one second. If they want to retain that money, I'm a 600 from today will be accounting.
No, but
so
you know it will be
return,
it will
if
be
they
difficult.
Want to return that money,
but
chair. What's an insight?
But chair.
Yeah.
But chair, HH Bill 7, they are removing the term limit on him, so he will be a president until he dies. Mamona. That's why Bill 7 is dangerous. If you mulela and if you say Ngabai Pisha Bill 7, Zambia Nishiaba captured by Haka in the HDMA because they are going to remove the presidential term limit.
Even his ministers, they must think about their family,
their future
to come. They have to secure for their family. Maybe one day their daughters, their sons, they can be ministers or they can be presidents. But if today they want to destroy their legacy, do you mean that the legacy of their Umutundu wabo abatonga, I won't fear. I'll say abatonga, Umutundu wabo abatonga. Anyone in Zambia,
but
in the history of Zambia, they're going to accept to have that kind of umutundu mu president or mu anything. They won't, because of the president himself. He had destroyed the legacy of Tongas.
HH is not Tonga. He's Tonga. Mulandu Abatonga. Yes, they are more than his tribe. You know what?
He's using the Tongas because most of Zambian they know is Tonga. They don't know.
But he's Ila. But Ama Ila ba no. Ila is a small. Yeah, but
it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Instead of keeping the legacy for the generation yet unborn to come and see a talk country, abatonga ba itekereko, they take a dwell. But now, because of him and his selfishness, no one who's going even to recognize the Tongas, and there will be a very bad name from today. It will be a very bad name unless things has to be collected now.
So I think
let's give each other a chance. So, daughter of Zion, London, I will defend the Tongas. Yeah, I have Tonga too.
I can't defend them. Maybe a child defend your one.
Me, I'm lousy. I'm pure lousy.
Never, I am half Tonga. The 50% Tonga.
Yes, me, I'm pure lousy. I was supposed to love HH, but I can't because of his behavior. I'm the one who was supposed to even to defend him, even to speak, good of him. But this time, I can't even do that. From the word go, I've never. But he's doing things deliberately to Zambia. I think he has taken advantage over Zambia now. He has tested water already.
No. Before we comment, I think we must give credit to the people who leaked this information. Mwamuna. So we can't say Batonga na Bonaika because Kuyoko Bachiba document ya leaking akuruba HH for Bachilaland. So at least we know there are men and women of honor mwena chiba present Balelanda na firubana. That's why documenti ina leaking okuyibishimisha bena Zambia. Ukwebati bena Zambia saratuke ni mwamona. Otherwise, if everyone was agreeing with Baechinga Maishia Monafie, Bapo Kama 600 Yaria, Mairobaya Parliament Bill 7 Yaisa Namulo. So they have given us ammunition number to Huisuka Mens, never to the Chiparakas.
Yeah, you are right. They are not
Not all the bad eggs, they are bad. There are some.
Anyway, abamemba balanda ati nga muledi embalala ulumonga lwabula nisonse nashibola. So vyonse nafibola. Right.
Babemba bakamba hivyo.
Nalema nawo
Babemba bakamba hivyo, but even Mulungu akamba muntu amene achitavoipa, you'll be punished for their own sin. So we should not punish the innocent people.
We should not generalize, yes.
I know.
And the fact that this information has leaked, this is very sensitive information. I'm sure Baraka in there. Oko bari bare sweating okumona news pa social media. If you bachilanda mudia pure secret.
I'm sure all the Tongas are not agreeing with him, because if they were agreeing, they wouldn't have been leaking the information. For him, I think he thinks he's in a group where he can say what he wants, but some people are unhappy in that group. That's why they are leaking. So let's not spoil all the Tongas. I think it's not everybody.
Yes. We should be thanking them, because in Gatuambo Kulava Susha. We are risking because we are leaking information. National risk life we so blower. So namanga twaisa pana tuambo kulaba kondema. Baka esala kanwa muka mona che baka programa 600 baka ready baka labenda komelo bill 7 baka saini. So we should be thanking whistleblowers we want to akwaresa.
Yes. When God
is intervening.
We should
not
the Tongans. I think we
are blaming
yes.
Not those innocent Tonga people that are suffering like all of us. You know?
From a group of when the Tongas are speaking up, the Tongas are saying we don't like what he's doing. You know, so it's not all the Tongas, you know. So let us be careful.
If I was the president, I should check myself now to say, I think even within they don't like me.
God will make those people inside there to betray other Indian to turn against him. You will not see it. He has been controlling the affairs of men. So you think our cry, God is not listening. He's not wicked. God is not wicked. Only HH is wicked.
That man takwaba. Shafu katuishino kwa afu mamandini. Nine family ni mafunsa. Background yako cha mtu ili bwaje. Umuntu ushapata na otatoa mnapo na family na banani na banina na bashani. We have never seen. I don't know where he came from.
Anatoka kwa underworld.
Just to come and disturb Zambia mwevanto.
Yeah.
Please you want to from Zambia.
From the pit of hell.
If we want to know the truth, we can start from the beginning. Okay? Because for us to be here, I want to be very careful the way we discuss this subject. So let's pick one topic. If we're going to say first, he's not Tonga, he's Ira. We have to be specific. And if we want to start knowing, like, who is this man? How did he come about? Some of us have pieces, others have other pieces. Because we didn't just suddenly get to this point. There were warning signs. There were red flags. And the Zambian people missed them. There were warnings, including from our founding father, Bakeke Valilande. Warning one. I only hear 1 month. And we were warned that, like the prodigal son, you wanted to explore, you wanted to see. what would happen if you chose these different persons. Now that we're here, if we want to understand, those that are asking, like, how did he become president? There are people, I know people who went to school at Monza with him, including KBN, what's his name? The man with the yellow thing, the Zambia, Uwe went to school with him. There were people that worked with him at Grand Phantom. There are people that worked with him during the privatization. And there are people that saw him within UPND, how he went into that position. And I can give you a little background on how that happened. You all remember that UPND chose Anderson Mazoka. Okay? He was the president of UPND. Fast forward, he dies. And Anderson Mazoka was also the CEO of Anglo America. Now, Zambia depends on mining. So even when under Kaunda we had ZCCM, Anglo America had shares in a mining entity. Okay? So you had ZCCM CEO and you had Anglo America CEO. But we had the majority stakeholder. So I don't want to lose everybody, but I want us to, because people, they're like Lai said, Queen said, we need to educate those that are born in the 90s, 2000. They don't know how we got into this mess. So we need to give context and understanding what happened and how did we get here. So if you want to add value, you can add. If anyone wants to ask a question, ask questions so that we keep it interactive. Anyone has a question so far?
For me, I think I've spoken enough. For 1 hour, so I think I can hand over for the.
All right, thank you.
Did they go to convention to choose HH UPND, or it's just like a passover? Mazoka was a Tonga. He dies. He passed over his leadership to this Tonga man again. So was it that way then?
They did go to a convention. But if you go back, and some of us were alive then, they said it had to be a Tonga person. And the reason why I mentioned Anglo-America is very important because when Anderson Mazoka was the CEO of Anglo-America, he recruited some people. Amongst them was our dear leader. Okay? That is how he found himself in Birmingham. There were contacts, background contacts. He's forcing us to go here because now we're worried about what he's doing for the 12 million. That is the reason why I'm speaking here. And I want everybody to understand and hear me well. I'm also risking my life by disclosing this information. Because we are now worried about the next generation of Zambians that are coming. The way they are taking our copper, the way they're taking our sujilite, the way they're extracting all this, the way they're selling assets, and not caring about the 12 million poor Zambians who were like him, remember, when I started. This man was born in Wengwa. He had no shoes, nothing. Even me, I remember, there was a time when I was like him. But I will never sell my country for a few pieces of silver. I will never do that. KK did not do that. That is why KK preserved all the minerals. Even under the ZCCM Anglo-America, Edward Shamtete, okay? Was that his name? I think he was the ZCCM CEO. There were others, Francis Kunda and all that. They always made sure the Copper Belt had post office services, they had schools, they had everything. We were funded. We had, but the people he's inviting back into our country sabotaged the CCM. They made sure the copper prices, it was boom, bust, boom, bust. This year, the copper prices are here. Next year, they say he has too much money, buy Saratap. You can go back and look at how ZCCM performed from when it was nationalized to when it was privatized. It is up, down, up, down. It's like a yo-yo. They were playing around with us. I hope to God this man, having gained an education, especially at Birmingham University, he understands that even though you build that Lobito corridor, you're just hauling your wealth out. They will never invest in our people. They will never go to Wengwa and then buy Wengwa. They will never do that.
No.
So go ahead, my sister. Explain why you understand that that is the case.
Because for me, living in the UK, I have understood that the West is not interested enough in developing Africa. They want us to be below. We are just a source of raw materials, and they want us to be poor for them to benefit. Because once Africa develops, they'll have nowhere to get their raw materials, and they'll have nowhere to sell their products. So the system has been designed in a way that Africa should remain that way. So that Lobito corridor they are building is not for the benefit of Zambians, no. It's for the benefit of the West. How I understand it.
Well said. And this is where I think the man is dangerous. This is where we have to speak now. This is why everybody has stood up and you have seen. How? We had a truck impounded in Kawe. How can a truck that is in police custody suddenly disappear? We had events at KKI, the gold scandal. How? And we've seen this because Lima Bank had farm assets. Lima Bank had houses. Suddenly those houses were showing up in people's names. State assets. Just like we're seeing now, Sujilite is a state. Every Zambian has a right to benefit from proceeds from Sujilite. What is happening right now? A few people. That's why he doesn't understand why people are complaining. And we have this YouTuber, the guy. This is why I actually roused my soul to that. I said, how can our country, a civilized country, do this? That guy that they detained, the blogger. That guy has been to Kenya. He's been to several countries.
61 countries.
Yes, 61.
Which one is that?
61.
Umurumendo blogger, kumu ikatapa market mwe atilipira 1,000 for taking a video. Eh?
Really?
Yeah.
Junkie police officer.
Oh my God.
Ni travel blogger. Umurumendo is a travel blogger. Vamu ikataba Zambia police. Ma? Let me see the country. Let's batch into me now. Let me see.
What? Azerbaijan is not. Azerbaijan is a small country, and this is what actually burned me because I've been following the guy. When he went to Kenya, he did the same thing. He went to a park where there are homeless people. He bought tea. That's why he was saying mataka, mataka. I knew what he was talking about, but Zambians do not understand. He has been. He's a Muslim guy, so they give alms to the poor. So he went into that alley Well, Simon was this Simon where TV lane would never show you. But you know when you pretend you're rich when you're not, when you pretend you have it all together. There's other say the PK sang a song, and paper flaka, you throw it in your pocket. This is what has happened. Okay.
So it says Lusaka City Council officer allegedly charges international YouTuber for filming without permits. An international YouTuber
Zambia to film.
And
from Azerbaijan.
We use Simon Mawa TV has a permit when he's blogging, when he's filming Zambians. He has a permit?
No, those are international rights, you know. No. The freedom of moving without borders. That is, Zambia is a signatory to the human rights. So you can, all the countries who are a signatory to the human rights convention, whatever, they can travel freely. Kwali wama countries they are not signatory to the human rights. So kuya kumbi kuishiwa fino kuishiwa ngawa yakulia, you can't do it. But this guy is a country between Western Asia and Eastern Europe. Was reportedly charged 500 kwacha by Lusaka city officer for allegedly filming without a permit. So who told them you need to film with a permit?
Exactly. That's a question that's big. And you know the cognitive dissonance that is here. You have our dear leader scrapping off visa requirements for half the world. So you want people to come. And they come. That guy stayed at the most expensive hotel the first night. I watched the video. He showcased Mandahil. And actually, when he was walking from his hotel to Mandahil, there was a woman that was trying to get help from him. So on one hand, you're saying you're in the Champions League. This is the best performing economy. I'm the greatest. I have done wonders that KK could not do. And yet you have a country where a blogger can come in 2 days. He can expose how desperate your poor are, how deplorable their living conditions are. Because the guy walked in an alley. He jumped on a minibus from his hotel. First, the minibus driver asked for help. He gave him 20 kwacha each. And then they dropped him off. And he walked around as that guy is when you've been to 61 countries, you know how to find not just the most expensive place, but you also know how to find the downtrodden, the people that need help. His purpose was going there so that he talks to the poorest people and he buys something for them, promotes their business, invests, in their business. Give them, he actually pays 3 times, sometimes 3 times the price. If you sell him chitumbua cha 10 kwacha, he will give you 30 kwacha because he's trying to help you. That is a guy the city council locked up. I was shocked. I said, my God, what kind of what is going on in our country?
Man junkie police officers, no training. Tabale yako training tadi. Bale bula fi abantu no kufala ma uniform.
Yes.
Ba Joseph Musonda iseni ku TikTok bale fo kulanda ba Joseph Musonda. I don't think I'll try to add you. Facebook bali chitanani kani. Yeah. Anyway, when I talk to me, I'm done talking. I'm just listening in. I'm unable to add you, but Joseph,
Mr. Mugo, I wanted to ask you. I wasn't following this party very well over the years when they were contesting for elections. And since he became president of the party, did they have elections like when he kept on losing? Did they try to pick another leader? What was happening? Because it's very, I don't think it's a surprise that he would put a no limit to the presidential terms if in his party he has been the president for so long, unless they were voting for him repeatedly after every time they lose, then I would understand that there was democracy in his party. But to think that he is a democratic person after so many years, like 5 terms continuously, I just want to understand how it was, if you know about it.
Thank you. That's a very beautiful question, my sister. And you're right. And